before we start this video, please make sure to press the subscribe button and also turn on notifications so that way you'll be notified every time new videos like this are uploaded. Hey guys, it's me again, and today for this video, to help get us all hyped for the British heavy cruisers, I'm gonna do a tech tree overview of them right now, while they're still in early access, because, well, you can probably already tell that next update they're all gonna be playable, so, now, true, it is probably, surely you've probably, noted that, back then, before they did early access, all of them would just have say soon on them, but I still do it I still do it like this, just like I used to the old ways, because why not? I mean, because to help you guys, because I want to help you guys all hyped for the British heavy cruisers. So anyway, firstly, let's start up with the Tier 5 cruiser, Hawkins. Oh, and by the way, before we actually start this video, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and also turn on the notification bell so that way you'll be notified every time new content like this is uploaded, and to help you you not miss content. So anyway, let's start with this. So, and also I also already done an overview of the British heavy cruisers on the World of Warships wiki. I mean, if I remember to, I'll try to put a link in the description to that video. Anyway, so let's start with the Tier 5 ship, Hawkins, the very first ever British heavy cruiser. Well, not heavy-ish cruiser, because these guns aren't 8-inch guns. They're actually 7.5-inch guns, actually. So firstly, let's take a look at the armor layout here, because okay, they've also changed the armor layout here, so I should keep that in mind. Okay, so yellow. Okay, that's okay. Interestingly, it's actually got some armor on its it's actually got some armor. Oh, it's actually got some armor going here already. 2 inches right here. Dang. Okay, and 3-inch armor here, but oh boy. Yep, really long citadel. Oh, okay. So, and of course the usual thin. Okay, deck armor's pretty thin. And up here, yeah. I mean, then again, it's a Tier 5 heavy cruiser. You shouldn't expect it to be that armored. But actually, quite impressed with the armor scheme going on here. 2 inches around this, pretty much all the way around the ship, and then this 3-inch section, and then this 64 mil. I think that might be 2.5 inches. I don't know for sure, because then again, I'm an American. I'm not used to the metric system. So, oh, yep, that's just great. It's just great. Okay. So, anyway, let's go take a look at the stats on this thing. So, firstly, okay, 32,000 here. It's 32,000. Okay. So, I mean, it seems let's take a look at some the other Tier 5 heavy cruisers. Or cruisers. Okay. Speaking a little bit too fast. Okay. So it's definitely got more HP than the Furataka right here. Let's see what else. Okay, well, I can't look at the Genova. Yeah, I can. So yeah, sadly, I cannot look at the Genova because it's not here. Because we do not have Genova is not in the tech tree, so we can't really look at that stuff. I do have the Exeter. All right then. Okay, definitely beats the Exeter in HP as well. All right, and wait a minute. I'm just gonna check and see. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I have that skill. So I have that skill. So it's definitely more durable than a Furataka and the Exeter. The Hawkins, that is. Not so sure with that Genova, because I don't want to close the program and look on the wiki and stuff, because that's not the point of this video. Here, we're doing it based on the tech tree here. So, anyway. Okay, main gun, so, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Pretty, yeah. Okay. Okay, a pretty typical, tier 5 firing range. Oh. Oh, dang it. Worsens the disperse? Okay. Okay, well. Okay, well, mounting this upgrade will, cannot increase the firing range, but there's just a problem, though. Yeah, maximum dispersion. Yeah, that's not... Yeah. So, might be want to be a little careful with that. But that shouldn't be too much of a bother here, because, I'm highly doubting that anyone would have this thing for too long here. So, anyway, what else to say? Okay. Oh yeah, torpedoes. So, okay, dang. Okay. Okay, certainly much worse torpedoes than the Emerald here in terms of quantity, because not only are there only 2 mounts in total compared to 4 mounts on the Emerald, but if you remember with the Emerald, it's 3 tubes in each mount for the stock hull, and then it goes up to 4 for the B hull. So, oh yeah, torpedo. So yeah, okay. 7 kilometers. Okay, that seems pretty typical. I think the Emerald's torpedo range was let's check the Emerald's torpedo range. Okay, at least it's higher than... Okay, so yeah, definitely not as much torpedoes as the Emerald, but it has them in more but it has a higher quantity of torpedoes. Okay. Yeah, okay, not that too impressive of AA from what I'm seeing in the stock hull. So, let's compare that to Emerald. AA. Okay. AA definitely seems to be better than the Emerald's AA, as we can see here. Yeah. So, now let's take a look at the maneuverability here. Okay, so it's a bit on the slow side at 30 knots. So, it's here for a heavy cruiser. So, at this tier, I mean, it's tier 5 though, so it should be a little bit on the slow side. So, okay, what about concealment? Okay. Okay, Omaha, okay then. Well, it's definitely got a similar detectability to the Omaha, but what was I gonna say? Hey, but I mean, for being a heavy cruiser, though, I mean, because then again, though, Omaha's detectability range is rather large for a tier 5 cruiser. I mean, this seems kind of, for Hawkins, this would seem rather average, really. Now, the gun layout, yeah, that's gonna be you're definitely gonna be having the most awkward gun layout ever on this thing, because, they're not in turrets like on other tier 5 heavy cruisers. Well, I mean, yes, that's counting Furutaka as well, because even though they start out as singular turrets, they eventually go into proper twin turrets when you get to the Hull C. So, and also you got, so it's definitely a reminder of the old days, because as well, not all of your guns can fire to one side. Instead, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can fire, leaving this guy, leaving this guy out. So, okay, that's it for the Hawkins. Now let's move on to the Tier 6 ship, the Dovan. If this was a, the Dorsetshire or the Norfolk, I mean, okay, I mean, if this was Norfolk or Dorsetshire, it would still be Tier 6, so. If this was Norfolk, I mean, if they instead decide to put the Norfolk class inside, in the game instead of either Dovan or the next ship, it would certainly be more likely at Tier 6, but anyway, that's enough history talk. Anyway, so, firstly, let's get onto the armor layout of this thing. Okay, after armor's pretty thin, as usual. Okay, excuse me. The ends are definitely pretty thinly armored, as usual. Same thing for the guns. By the way, the British heavy cruisers in real life were definitely poorly armored, so they still do have that same problem as their light cruiser counterparts here. Okay, Citadel is sticking out of the water a bit, but it doesn't stretch all the way to the turrets, But fortunately, it doesn't stretch all the way to the turrets like it does on other ships. So from what we can see with the armor, this thing will, well, if broadsiding, this thing will definitely be easy to Citadel here, but yep. Anyway, let's take a look at survivability here. Okay, I think that's even higher than the graph speed, for that matter. I mean, then again, my graph speed, it does. Though I could just check it on my graph speed, but the problem is, though, with my graph speed, wait, what was I gonna say? But oh yeah, I actually have the survivability expert skill on my graph speed, so sadly I can't showcase it properly. So, anyhow, okay, AA defense system. Okay, anti-aircraft defense has definitely skyrocketed. Get it here? So, compared to Hawkins. Okay, what about maneuverability? Okay, speed has definitely gone up a bit here to 31 knots, which is nice. Okay, as for concealment, interesting. A lower detectability range than even the Hawkins, considering the fact that the Hawkins is a lot smaller. Okay. I'm also seeing better AA defense as well. Oh, and better artillery as well, because they're 8-inch guns and they're in proper turrets. So, there's that. Torpedo reduction damage has actually gone up by 16%. By 6%, so that's nice. And finally, the torpedoes. Here. So, definitely better torpedo mounts than, so the torpedoes are definitely superior to the Hawkins, because, as we can see here, higher range, and also there's also 4 mounts per side, so I think this might be an enjoyable cruiser. I mean, through here, I'm sure it should be. I mean, it is a rather poorly armored light cruiser, so compared to there's out there like the Pensacola. Yeah, compared to the Pensacola or the Iowa, things like that. So, anyway, let's move on to the next ship, the Surrey. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, Dovan is actually the last real ship in this branch, and this is where all the paper ships begin. So, now, this ship was actually designed, but it was actually designed in real life, unlike other paper ships. But sadly, however, though, the construction was canceled. And this was also and the Surrey class cruisers were actually going to be a subclass to the County class, but after cancel. But they never were because construction got canceled. So, anyway, firstly, let's see what it has for the B hull here. Okay. Hit points seems a little low for a tier 7. Let's compare it to York. Not really. Okay, not really. It seems more average. It seems more average to me. Okay, let's take a look at some. Wait, hold on. Wrong ship. Wrong ship. Okay. Wrong ship. Okay. Yeah, he's... Okay, yeah. What am I saying? HP pool is definitely average for... Or its... For its tier it's looking. Or... Kind of... Okay, it seems to be on the low side. On the low side here. Okay, let's check France. Okay. Okay, well, I can definitely assure it's higher than the Fiji. Because, okay, at least it's higher than Fiji, but compared to everything else, yeah, Surrey's on... she's a bit on the low side for HP right now, so... But not by too far, so... Okay. Protection damage has definitely gone up by 6% more compared to Dovan. Okay. So... Let's check the armor layout as well for this thing. Okay. Pretty similar armor's layout to the Dovan, where the Citadel isn't actually going past the turrets, it's only stopping at the turrets, but... Okay, Citadel armor's actually... Okay, it's also gone up as well, because it's actually gone up to 6 inches now, here. Because if you because on the Dovan it was actually 115 millimeters, if you remember, which I'm pretty sure is 4.5 inches. So, wait, Citadel's actually not that too long up here. I mean, it is sticking out of the water just a bit. So, yeah, you still should definitely not want to try to expose this thing's side, so... unless you want to die in a horrible way. So... Anyway, what about the torpedoes? Let's see if anything's changed about the torpedoes. Okay, no torpedo changes. They're still the same ones as on the Dovan. Huh. A defense is a bit lower rated. It on this thing. Huh. Than it is on the Dovan. As for speed, okay, this is a little less. Okay, this thing's certainly not as swift as the Dovan, because you can see the speeds have dropped back down to 30 knots. So, what about concealment? Huh, a bit less than the Dovan. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, what about the firing range? Okay, now it's gone up to the 14.8 kilometers. I mean, still kind of low in my opinion. For a tier 7 heavy cruiser, that's still been on the low side. So so you're definitely gonna need to get in you're gonna need to push in a bit just so that you can fire at someone. So moving in, it's gonna be a bit of a risk. I mean, but as long as you know what you're doing, and can try to keep dodging well and not have that side exposed. That should be a recipe for success here. Anyhow, now let's move on to to the Abell Mar. Wait, how do you pronounce it? Yeah, okay. Abell Mar. Okay. Abell Mar. Abe Marl. Okay, I cannot speak. Okay, sorry, I cannot speak today. Okay, definitely. Okay, I'm definitely liking the new form of it. Yeah, I can sometimes be the bit of these form people. So, what I'm already saying, we already have the newer secondary guns here. Oh yeah, still up the same caliber as the secondary guns on the other ships, but at least we have the newer secondary guns here. So, okay. Oh, what I'm seeing here is that there's only 3 turrets rather than 4 on the Surrey. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. Okay, torpedo range means, okay, the torpedo range has increased and the speed has also by a knot. So at least they're. So, you definitely got a slightly better torpedo tubes than the Surrey on this thing. What about... Let's check survivability as well. Okay. Okay, 40... Okay, yeah. 43,800, so that's pretty... Okay, so that's on the average side for a Tier 8 heavy cruiser. You're here. I mean, the HP pool difference between a few ships... Between several ships shouldn't be too much of a difference, depending on, of course, how you play the ship. I mean, I am definitely noticing it does have some rather flat ends, which is a bit of a problem here, just like its light cruiser counterparts here. I mean, well, not for the Edinburgh, but it does have that flat stern like the Neptune and Minotaur do. So, okay, and the torpedo protection is actually dropped by 4%, so... Anyway, speaking of protection, let's take a look at the armor here. Okay, plating. Oh dear. Okay, it's still... Oh dear. Oh, now it has the same citadel as Neptune and Minotaur, where it's sticking out of the water and also stretching all the way to the turrets now. It was not like that on everything before it, but on this thing, yeah. Okay, but... Oh, dang. Dang, it actually still has some armor on the ends here. Those are the most armored ends I've ever seen on a heavy cruiser. Okay, that's not counting ships like Alaska or Stalingrad or, things like that. Because I don't consider them heavy cruisers, I consider them battle cruisers. Okay. Let's take a look. Yeah. So, it's best to say that you should treat the armor the same way you should when playing the Neptune and Minotaur. I mean, it is a bit thicker than these ships, but still, just don't broadside, and as long as you don't broadside and not get too close to the enemy, you should be okay. Okay, well, you definitely are going to be a bit bothered by having one less turret than the Surrey. Okay. Okay. How about the firing range here? Okay. Okay, that's on the average side for a Tier 8 heavy cruiser right here. So, there's also something I didn't check with the Surrey. It's the gun reloading time. Let's see how fast its guns reload. Yeah. Okay, let's check the damage though. Okay, AP shell damage at 4,500 for that thing. And for the Surrey... What? I'm already here. It's for the... Abell Mar. Okay, so... Anyway, okay. Let's check here. Okay then, same AP damage for one less turret and an extra half second of reloading time. Yeah, that's great. That's just great. Okay, the AA defenses are okay, but it definitely has a better AA rating right here. Okay, and definitely more AA guns, so that's certainly a recipe for, that should be a recipe for better AA, at least. Okay, what about maneuverability? Okay, 33 knots. Okay, at least it's faster than the Surrey. Okay. And for the concealment part, okay, well, detectability has certainly risen up here a bit. Because if you look at this thing from above, I mean, it definitely looks yeah, the design definitely makes it look long compared to the Surrey. So, should feel like Charles Martel in a way. Should feel like other Tier 8 heavy cruisers, for that matter. Well, even though it doesn't have the reload booster like the Charles Martel does. And, I mean, though it does have the torpedoes, unlike the Baltimore, but the Baltimore has better armor, so. Anyway, now let's move on to the last two ships. The Drake here at Tier 9. So we can only really check the armor layout, really. Because you can see, yeah. So this segment should not be too long, so, anyway. Oh dang, 177, how many inches is that? Okay, dang, I need to, hang on. Okay, that's okay, it looks like 7 inches to me, because there's 6 inches in a 152 millimeters, and a 1 millimeter is 25. Okay, and 1 inch is 25 millimeters. So it's best to assume that this is 7 inches. Okay, dang, that's much thicker than I expected. Even thicker than the armor of Des Moines. Oh wow, 9 inch thick. 9 inches thick on the turrets. Dang, this is a lot more armor than I thought, but still has that same citadel problem as the Neptune and Minotaur, except though the whole thing is sticking out of the water, which is I'm like, yeah, it shows the oh wow, is this torpedo protection? Oh, dang. Okay. Dang, that's actually quite complex, but then again, though, I mean, Citadel's still long and partially exposed above the waterline as well. Yeah, not a good mix. Not a good mix. So, same deal as Neptune, Minotaur, and also the previous ship. Don't expose your side unless you want to die in a horrible way. So, okay, alright then. Building up. Okay, I'm pretty sure these are these are 9.4 inches, so still not quite as big as Henri's guns, but compared to still not quite as big. Okay, wait, no, I mean 9.2 inches, so still not quite as big as Henri's guns, but they're definitely the biggest guns out of any Tier 9 heavy cruiser. Okay, and that's not counting Alaska or... Okay, and by the way, that's not counting Alaska, Kronstadt, or Azuma, and later the Siegfried. And because really, I consider them battle cruisers or large cruisers, which I consider also a different class from heavy cruisers. Okay, torpedoes. It looks like it has okay, it looks like it has 4 tubes in each mount. Okay, and from what I'm also seeing, it still does have the same 3-turret layout as the Albemarle. I can't speak. So, okay, yeah, it's 4. So, and also newer secondaries as well. So I can definitely assume the reload time is definitely going to be now much longer, so that's going to be a problem with having... But that now that you have bigger guns, you're definitely going to be quite a threatening opponent to other Tier 9 heavy cruisers, and definitely to Tier 9 light cruisers as well. So, anyway, now on to the final ship, Goliath. So, here we are. I cannot wait to play this ship too. And finally, there's now... So we definitely still have the same guns as, it says the... Okay, I forgot the name. Okay, same guns as the Drake, but there's now an extra turret, so... There's now an extra turret, torpedo tubes, that's the same as well. So it's essentially, the Drake, but just a bit stretched out from what I'm seeing, essentially. Let's look at the armor layout here, so... Oh, 8 inches, that's the thickest armor I've ever seen on a heavy cruiser. And yes, that's not counting Puerto Rico, Stalingrad, or, you know, Tier 10 battle cruisers in general. Or large cruisers. Dang. That is the thickest... Dang, I've never seen armor this thick on a heavy cruiser before. So, there's a new crown. Like, that's the thickest conning tower I've ever seen. You know, on a cruiser, so... Well, or should I say heavy cruiser? Well, even though I consider it battle cruisers a completely different type of ship from heavy cruisers and light cruisers. So, yeah, it's just me. Okay. Definitely improved armor here. Yeah, except for this part, though, because the Citadel's, going up. Because it does stick up more than the, Drake Citadel, so... Yep, same as usual. Don't expose your sides unless you want to die. Okay, it doesn't have that, thickened armor like it... Thickened armor... Or... It doesn't have these, thickened patches of armor on the stern like it does... Like the, Drake does. But... It does, but it definitely does have much better armor everywhere else here. So, dang, these things are a lot more armor than I thought. Yeah, wow. Yep, this is gonna put pretty much a lot of heavy cruisers to shame. Okay, except for the Henri IV, because Henri IV still has the biggest guns. But I mean, Henri IV definitely still has the biggest guns out of any Tier 10 heavy cruiser. I mean, it's now. I mean, this thing's now second place in terms of a gun size, moving Moskva down to third place. I feel so bad for the Moskva players. So, either way, so reload's definitely gonna be quite on the. Reload is definitely going to be on the slow side, but it'll definitely be worth it for the big size caliber here. I mean, which will especially come useful in brawling battleships. I mean, it should. I mean, true, it might last better again. It might fare better against battleships in close quarters. Or its armor will fare better, though you don't have as much torpedoes. So, Minotaur, you could, for the most part, just pretty much kill a battleship in one torpedo salvo. But for this thing, you're gonna need to rely on guns more too. Well, you're definitely going to have to rely on your guns just as much as your torpedoes as well. And also have to go through the extra bother of having to turn around and get this other side of torpedoes he was focused on, so just on it. So it's definitely it might be okay, for maneuverability it might be on a bit on the slow side here. I mean, might probably be up. Well, I don't expect it to be as slow as Moskva in terms of maneuverability, because it definitely does not look battleship sized, unlike the Moskva. So either way, guys, there's pretty much nothing else I have to say about these the British heavy cruisers here. I mean, I definitely cannot wait when they become fully accessible, and I certainly cannot wait to get to the top of the branch and play the Goliath, because boy, I'm sure, and I'm definitely hoping it brings me some good memories here upon getting it. So either way, guys, In the meantime, I just have to hope that I'm lucky enough to get up. I'm just gonna have to hope I'm lucky enough to get one of these cruisers in before there's an early access. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you did, definitely press that like button and subscribe to this channel. And if you're already subscribed, don't forget to turn on notifications so that way you'll be notified every time new videos like this are posted and so that you don't miss a single upload. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out, Captains.